The best stocks to invest in right now. You have the option of investing in literally tens of thousands of publicly listed firms, not to mention the numerous mutual funds and exchange-traded funds that are available. So it's understandable that many investors are unsure about where to start. And because of the recent market collapse, many equities are currently trading for substantially less than they did 6 or 12 months ago, particularly growth stocks. But which stocks should you purchase in 2023? I've attempted to do the next best thing, despite the fact that I don't have a magic wand that can predict which stocks will yield the highest profits. After viewing my list of the 10 greatest stocks to purchase right now, you might be asking why I chose each business. Here's a brief summary of the reasons why I think each of them would be excellent long-term investments. 1. Etsy. Before the COVID-19 outbreak, Etsy was expanding wonderfully by matching creative entrepreneurs with clients seeking items that were a little bit more unique than typical fare from online retailers. The pandemic saw a dramatic increase in e-commerce. E-commerce had a strong growth during the epidemic. The fact that Etsy was a logical fit for customers looking for distinctive face masks undoubtedly helped, but the site's expansion has been amazing in all product categories. In comparison to comparable pre-pandemic levels, Etsy's marketplace sales volume increased by 141% in the second quarter of 2022. 2. Pinterest. In a social media ecosystem that has become more dismal and polarizing, Pinterest stands out as an oasis of happiness. That largely stems from Pinterest's focus on ideas. On Pinterest, users concentrate on items rather than other people. People can find visual inspiration on Pinterest for the things they wish to do, whether it be creating their ideal deck, making a child's birthday cake, or changing their clothing. Pinterest has suffered in the market fall of 2022, mostly due to a little reduction in its user base after global pandemic limitations were relaxed. However, it appears that the user base has stabilized for the time being based on the company's most recent figures. Additionally, Pinterest has a far larger potential for long-term user growth than Facebook because of its much smaller user base. 3. Block. Block, originally known as Square, has developed into a sizable financial ecosystem for businesses and consumers from a specialized payment processing hardware startup. Block provides a variety of complementary services for companies, and during the last 4 quarters it processed around $188 billion in payment volume on the merchant side. On the consumer side, Block offers the Cash App, which has 47 million users, along with features including direct deposits, debit cards, and inter-person money transfers. The capability of purchasing and selling stocks, Bitcoin, crypto, BTC, and many other things. Additionally, Tidal, a music streaming service, and the Afterpay platform were recently bought by Block. The firm should only get more successful as its ecology changes. With several possible growth areas it may follow and a long way to go before the long-term trend towards cashless payment acceptance, Block gets a position on my list of the 10 greatest companies to purchase right now. 4. Shopify. Shopify is a platform that enables companies of all sizes to sell their goods online, with an emphasis on supporting smaller firms. Businesses may subscribe to Shopify's service starting at $29 per month, and it also provides a number of related services that make running a business easier, such as logistics and payment processing solutions. Shopify has become a force due to its one-stop shop strategy for allowing e-commerce. In comparison to other companies aside Amazon, it currently has more e-commerce revenues coming via its network. Shopify, though, could only be getting started. With more shops turning their attention to online sales, the platform has earned little over $5 billion in revenue over the previous 4 quarters, but this represents a tiny portion of its projected $153 billion and increasing market opportunity. 5. Realty Income. There is a strong argument to be made that Realty Income is one of the best stocks for long-term investors in terms of value, growth, and income. If this is new to you, Realty Income is a real estate investment company, right, that specializes on buying freestanding, single-tenant retail properties. Some of the main tenants are Walgreens, NASDAQ, WBA, Dollar General, NYSE, DG, and FedEx, NYSE, FDX. More than 11,000 properties are owned by Realty Income in the United States and Europe, the majority of which are more resilient to recessions and e-commerce disruption than many other retail establishments. Additionally, Realty Revenue's triple net lease arrangement contributes to the development of a consistent, reliable revenue stream. 6. Mercado Libre. Mercado Libre, sometimes referred to as the Amazon of Latin America, is one of my preferred long-term stock investments in the market. The business runs an online marketplace with a strong presence in several of the region's most populated countries, such as Brazil and Argentina. It also runs a business finance platform, Mercado Envios, a fast-expanding logistics service, and Mercado Pago, a payments network. In the second quarter of 2022, the market witnessed $8.6 billion in goods volume, and Mercado Pago handled over $120 billion in yearly volume. 2/3 of which came from sources outside than the company's e-commerce platform. Both are expanding quickly. Don't forget about Mercado Crédito, the company's new but rapidly expanding loan division. With $2.7 billion in unpaid loans, Mercado Crédito has more than quadrupled in size just in the last year. 7. Intuitive Surgical. Surgery with robotic assistance is preferable to using human hands. Since I became aware of Intuitive Surgical shares for the first time in 2005, this broad idea hasn't altered much. The Da Vinci surgical system is the undisputed market leader, and the razors and blades business model enables it to earn recurrent income when medical operations are carried out using its equipment. As more surgical systems are adopted and more operations are enabled over time, Intuitive Surgical will continue to dominate its market and have plenty of potential to expand. This is especially true in several foreign areas, where the adoption of robot-assisted surgery may serve as a long-term development spur for this outstanding industry. 8. Disney. The portfolio's all-weather tires are the House of Mouse. The epidemic affected Disney's theme parks and movie industry, but it benefited the Disney Plus streaming service, which has developed into a titan years ahead of schedule. In reality, less than 3 years after its debut, Disney Plus has more than 150 million members, well exceeding the company's projected 5-year objective of 60 to 90 million. Disney's theme parks and movies are in more demand than ever in 2022. 9. Berkshire Hathaway. This is the least exciting value selection of the group, despite the fact that growth stocks make up the majority of this list. About 60 subsidiary companies are owned by Berkshire Hathaway, among them well-known brands as Geico, Duracell, and Dairy Queen. Additionally, Berkshire has a stock portfolio worth more than $340 billion, which has sizable holdings in Apple, Nasdaq, AAPL. Positions in scores of other businesses, including Bank of America, NYSE, BAC, Chevron, NYSE, CVX, American Express, NYSE, AXP, and Coca-Cola, NYSE, Co. The Buffett haters will claim that he has lost his fastball, but despite Berkshire's enormous size, the company consistently outperforms the market. 10. Amazon. For the majority of individuals, Amazon doesn't actually require much of an elevator pitch. With around $600 billion in gross retail sales the previous year, the corporation holds a commanding lead in the U.S. e-commerce sector, and its Amazon Web Services cloud platform is a market leader. E-commerce adoption is still far from being at its highest point. Fewer than 15% of all retail purchases in the United States are made online. Amazon also has a huge amount of potential in other sectors, including healthcare, supermarkets, local markets, and more. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.